So yeah, you're a new goalkeeper of KR. How are you feeling about that? About signing for such a big club in Iceland?
Ja, je stolt. Je blir spela för KR. And yeah, if it's not it's the biggest club of Iceland, the most champions, and I'm especially really proud at the fact of what they want to achieve, and also to be a part of this team of Greg and Jamie. You know, they really want to achieve something. They are very ambitious people as well, and it really stands something to be a player for KR. I don't want to say it in the same sentence, but yeah, that has been a bit the same for Valo, you know. They're not here to just be a part. They are here to achieve things, win cups, win titles. So yeah, feeling great about this.
Last few years kind of been a bit difficult for KR, like mid table and stuff. New times now with Greg coming in and stuff. Are you like excited to be a part of this new project?
I'm very excited in this because they really raised the bar for my feeling also in putting the standard very high in terms of tempo and intensity on practices, in games. It's a totally different vibe like I experienced the last couple of years in terms of Icelandic coaches, of course, but also with Greg, he demands things really, and he's very clear about what he wants to see and what he doesn't want to see. And he doesn't make any difference in any player, what he shows or how he shows. You just have to be there on practice and at the games and give your fully 100%. So I'm really looking forward to the result of this when we start 7th of April.
How did it just come about that you signed for KR? There were some like rumors after last season, a couple of clubs mentioned. How and just why KR?
Yeah, I saw that especially as well in the beginning of in the end of last season. There were a lot of clubs who were checking for a goalkeeper as well, and there were of course, some informal talks in that. Also abroad, we have been checking abroad, and yeah, especially the connection with KR, it was like they didn't end it where they wanted to be, like sixth place. So they wanted to change things, and yeah, they just wanted to have the time to check around, make the right choice, and especially because of that, you can think it in two ways. Oh, they don't chose exactly for me from the first moment, but I'm actually really happy that they chose me after all the hundreds, maybe thousands of goalkeepers they have checked and who are available. So I look at that way, and also they take characters very high, because you only need one character to mess up your locker room. So yeah, also after that, and also after that period of time when I was practicing with them, they were happy with how I am and how I behave. Of course, you will always sometimes be a bit wild in the goal when you come out or have to make a presence, but they're really happy with it, and I'm also really happy as well. I'm really enthusiastic to play with them.
One of the clubs kind of mentioned was Vestre as well, who were newly promoted. Were there any contact with Vestre?
Yeah, we had some contacts with David Smauri. I spoke a bit with Vladan Djogatovic. I spoke a few times about goalkeeping. Yeah, there were really nice and kind and good talks. You know, Vladan is a new goalkeeper coach as well. He's coming in and he's very enthusiastic. How he talked about goalkeeping was very interesting for me, in terms of what he expected and how he sees it in front of, how he sees for his players, you know, and especially for his goalkeeper. And yeah, I know David a bit from his time from Kortrenge when they were practicing at the same place at Lechny. So now we always have a good click, and we always have been chit-chatting around. But at the end, I make a decision about what I do, and I think for now, in this moment, also in my career, I think KR is the best option for sure.
There's some competition for the starting place at KR. They brought in another new goalkeeper. Are you coming in? Like, is there in the contract? Are you going to be the starting goalkeeper, or how is it?
Yeah, that would be never in the contract. And even if it would be in the contract, it would be ridiculous, I think, because at the end, Greg and Jamie, they decide who's going to play. And I'm very confident, even after 5 months of a break of the pitch, that I can deliver in that, and that I can deliver what I have done the last couple of years. But if I don't show it and if I don't deliver, they will never hesitate to check around, of course. And I can tell you the level of goalkeeping now at Kauer, I haven't seen it yet somewhere else. We have Sam from England Sam Blair. Then you have Spalli, who has doing an amazing job the last couple of games he played. Also the Reykjavik mode, with saving a penalty. That's amazing. The guys are 20 years old. I'm very impressed by that. And if that's not enough, then you have Alex, who is 16, 17 years old, who's coming in and practice and flying around. So I know Jamie has been there for a couple of years now. Yeah, he's really doing something there. Yeah. So I was really impressed with the level and also with the ambitious style they have, because we are really keeping us at our toes from each other. Even that I'm 28 and they're 20, it doesn't matter. So they keep me really sharp at practice. So that's really good. I'm really also enthusiastic by that.
You've been in Iceland now since 2020. As you mentioned before, you looked at options abroad as well. How do you like life in Iceland, and why do you keep coming back to this country?
The vibe here is so good. Like I said before as well, it's a very clean and kind people country. The nature is great, and also maybe the facilities are not like at a big club abroad. For example, let's say in Holland. Let's keep it close to me, but the intensity is there, and the mentality here as well is great. And I think, not a lot of clubs and football teams know about Iceland and know how this competition works and where the level is. And I think, for me, again, the right decision, even if you compare everything, is now Kauer and perform there, achieve things, and if you first have to do that, then you can maybe talk about, hey, let's check around, or hey, I deserve maybe more, or hey, I can maybe go here. But as long as if I'm not performing for this club, nothing will happen. So, and then again, coming back at the choice I made, I think a lot of things are possible here in Kauer. And again, this country, this is now my 5th season. Yeah, I like being back. I really like it. The people are very kind. The vibe is nice, and it's not that kind of hurry culture like in Holland, and not that flat as well. It's also a good thing.
Is it kind of starting to feel like home a bit?
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm always really, again, when I step out of the plane, it's just that kind of vibe you have here. It's my girlfriend comes over a couple of times. Some friends have been coming over, my family, and they always feel really relaxed when they get here. It's a big difference with Holland. Of course, there are things they are in Holland, but also things they are not in Holland. So it really starts feeling as home. I try, of course, picking up the language. I can speak a bit, but it's the same if I'm going to learn you Dutch. It takes some time.
Exactly. Just finally, as I said, you're going to Kauer now, but last season, IBWF, relegation, a bit tough maybe. How do you rate that season and that time in Vestmannaeyjar?
It has two sides. The experience at IBWF was amazing and really good. Herman and Mikkel Hasling and the club has been so good for me from the first day. Also in terms of the people of Vestmannaeyjar. Einar from Einsikaldi, the owner, always took great care of me with his great chef skills as well. It was lovely, and the vibe as well was really, really nice and was really calm. The only thing is they have a lot of facilities available now as well with the new gym, and I really hope they're going to use it properly as well, because they have so much possibilities there with the football club. But I just hope they're going to use it as well, because I think we didn't optimize it last year. And that's also maybe one of the many reasons, because there are probably many things. If you relegate, there are always a lot of reasons for that. But of course, it looks like I'm not happy with that we relegate. No, for sure. I'm not proud of that. The guys I know there, my teammates, the staff, they're all good people, and they wouldn't deserve that. Also, the people in the board. But yeah, sometimes football is maybe not fair. That's the only thing I can say. That and sometimes you're unlucky, and then you just don't get that 1 point or those 3 points you deserve, maybe. But yeah, I can tell you, we did everything we can to stay up. Those guys, maybe sometimes football-wise, it's not the prettiest, but the running intensity was always 100% from those guys. So you have to put respect on that.
Herman Hreiðarsson, the coach CPO, as we talked about before, he's a quite a character.
Great character. The first time he was trying to hit me, I hitting him back, and I really could see like, okay, shall I grab him now or shall I leave him? And at that point, he leave me. He let me live. Let me say that. From that moment, we had a great connection. He really told me what he wanted and what he didn't want to, and yeah, there's something I learned from him is his fighting spirit for every game. If we now played against Fylke or Viking or Breiðablik, he always went into that fighting spirit of like battering those players up, the opponent, battering them up, and go for those 3 points. And that's really something I learned from him, like how you still can load up and charge up after, what is it for him, 40 years maybe? Being charged and load up for every game. Even now as a coach as well, and he really brought it up to us. So I would really take that into account, what I've learned from him in that way.
Final question. Of course, a difficult last season, but does that make you more determined to just win titles with KR?
Yeah, no, for sure. But especially after the last couple of seasons, especially at Valu, a lot of things were going on there. Those 10 games I played, even being injured on one leg, jumping around on one leg in the pitch as well, that's quite a thing as well, quite an experience. But I'm really determined to show, like, okay, when maybe things happen at Valu, maybe I will show you at KR, like we did in Lechnia, and I also think personally last year that we can achieve things, especially with the kind of quality we have now at KR, and the kind of intensity we are delivering at the moment. I think it's going to be very interesting for KR. Nothing is going to be around that 6th spot, I hope, and I can imagine.
It'll be very interesting for sure. Just thank you, Guy, and good luck in KR.
Minst